All right, what's going on? Daily Experience, Jim Larson here. I had my phone up here to make sure that this was actually broadcasting. Going from Zoom through to Facebook doesn't always work as seamlessly as I want it to. So I just wanted to make sure it works, but it looks like I'm up and running. So good morning, y'all. Thanks so much for taking a couple minutes out of your day to check out this training that I could not be more excited about. And I don't want to waste much time, but just a quick introduction. My name is Jim Larson. I'm coming live out of Virginia, Fredericksburg, Virginia area right now. Hope y'all had an amazing holiday season. Hope you had an amazing new year. We're done with the holidays. So this is the day that all of those resolutions kick in, right? Like everyone is ready to go become awesome and achieve all the amazing things that they determined they were going to do. I love that meme that that goes around that I'm going to open an establishment called Resolutions. It's going to be a gym for the first 2 months and a bar for the remaining 10 months of the year. That's kind of right up my alley, at least what I normally do. Well, good morning. I want to dive right into this. I couldn't be more excited about this training. I've taken it on a couple platforms already, and the feedback that I've gotten has been that this is one of those like game-changing, mind-blowing kind of trainings, the ones that you're going to look back at because it's going to be a pivotal point where, holy crap, everything moving forward from this, you can hinge on this moment when you come to realize this truth. I know for me, it was fundamentally amazing in recognizing how to interact with people. And so I'm really excited for it. I hope you guys are excited. We're going to dive right in. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and we'll go from there. And boom. All right, guys, I titled this training, The Needle in the Haystack. And if you're wondering if this training is for you, this is going to be how you know that. If you have ever said any of these things, I'm tired of recruiting people that don't work, or I'm no longer willing to just sign anyone, or I need to bring quality people into my organization, right? We've been doing that one a bit. People say that one a lot. Or signing people is a waste of time because they don't do anything. Okay. Or I need to focus on quality, not quantity. If you've ever said or thought any of these things, I mean, just let me know that I'm in a safe place and I'm not the only one and I'm not crazy, right? Like throw some thumbs up if you have also thought any of these things, because I feel like a lot of us are there. And I need to shout out Kayla Whitley from North Carolina. Kayla did a training back on May 16th. I think she called it what? Faith, Trust, and Unicorn Dust or something like that. And in the second half of her training, she talked about a quality prospect and what that meant. And she kept hearing everyone talking about, bringing quality people in, that she was so confused. She had to go look up what a quality person was, because what is a quality person? She didn't feel like she was a quality person. So who are these quality people and where do you find them? And I have to shout her out because while I'd thought of the concept before, it was really her training that made me woke me to be like, oh, okay, I need to play with this one. This is really, really flipping good. So Kayla, shout out to you, girl. Super appreciative that this training honestly doesn't exist without you, because you really woke me to this entire concept. So thanks, super appreciate it. So I want to move on, guys. The reason that you're not finding quality people is because you're just wrong about what they look like, right? See, here's what goes on in our mind. When we're thinking about recruiting quality people into our organization, we often say things like this: oh, she's super pretty and she knows a lot of people, so she's going to be what? She's going to be awesome. Or he has a great sales background, so he's going to be awesome. Or she's fun and she can talk to anyone, so therefore, of course, she's going to be awesome. Or he's super successful now, imagine what he could do with this, right? We talk about these people like they are our what? Like they are dream team people. Like we talk about these people like they are going to be straight up amazing. But let me tell you, if you don't actually know what you're looking for, you're not going to find it, even if you step on it. See, we think that's what we're looking for, but that ain't what we're looking for. It's not what we're looking for at all. See, most network marketing rock stars, most of the RFXers in this business, even the legacy in our business, they were not themselves quality prospects. We need to understand that rock stars are not found, rock stars are built. There are 3 qualities that make a network marketing rock star. 3, just 3. That's it. They need to have an exciting goal. They need to have belief in the business, and they need to have self-confidence. It's those 3 things that make a rock star. And I'm going to talk about each of these things individually. So number 1, this exciting goal. We call it in this business our why. It's our reason for working. Without this, there's no reason to do the work. Like you have to have this exciting goal that kind of beckons you, that says, man, I'm going for this and this is awesome. And if you don't have that exciting goal and you're perfectly content in your life, I will tell you that's an awesome place to be. A lot of us are super jealous, but contentedness is the big enemy to success and ambition. Like I love that you're content, but if you're not going to get off the couch for something you don't want. So if you're going to push forward and achieve something, you have to have an exciting goal. However, of the 3 I mentioned, the exciting goal is the variable that we have the least control over. And I'm going to come back to that. So just file that one in the back of your mind for a second. The second quality that a rock star has is belief in the business. They have to believe that this business is going to pay off. This is the belief that working the business is going to get you to your goal. It's not enough to have a goal to be a rock star. You have to have belief that working this business will get you to that goal, right? It's the belief that the business is worth doing, that there's going to be a return on the investment or an ROI. Without this, there's no reason to do the work. Again, think about it. Like we are way too smart for that. If we don't actually and truly believe that our effort is going to pay off, we're not going to put in the effort. If you stop believing that going to the gym is going to get you to your weight loss goals, you're not going to go to the gym. We all have limited time. We have limited energy, limited effort, limited resources. Like these are all limited things. We are too smart to invest those things into things that we fundamentally don't believe are going to pay off. So if someone doesn't have a fundamental belief in the business, they're not going to invest their time trying to build it. Like that makes sense. They need to have that quality. If they lack this, it's going to show up as skeptical objections. Like even if they personally knew they were awesome and they personally knew they could be successful, they're going to feel like, well, the business isn't worth doing. So the kind of objections you're going to get are things like pyramid scheme, or it's not credible, or the products aren't good quality, or, oh, that's not a real job. See, notice that in all of those objections, none of them talked about them, their ability, their time. They're not about them because they might be perfectly self-confident, but they lack belief in the business. So their objections are all going to be centered around the business. The third element that makes a network marketing rock star is self-confidence. This is the ability to make decisions and own the consequences in the face of criticism and obstacles. It's the belief that you can do it, that you have the ability to be successful. Without this, there's going to be no grit to keep going when it gets hard. And I promise it's going to get hard, because here's what success is. Where you're at right now in your life, like if you just took inventory of your life, you are exactly where you are because of your routine and your comfort zone. Those got you where you are. Now, if you're perfectly content where you are, that's awesome. But a lot of us are in this business because we're not content where we are. We want something more. Now, if you want something more, it's going to always come at the cost of your routine and your comfort zone. Like that's just necessary. You've got to sacrifice those routine and comfort zone, like pat them on the back, thank them. They got you where you are. but they aren't going to get you anywhere else but other than where you are. So if you want something more, it's going to require stepping out of that comfort zone and changing your routine, which never comes without obstacles, which never comes without resistance, which never comes without having to stare face to face with discomfort because you're outside your comfort zone. Self-confidence is what allows you to go outside of that, face the obstacles, and keep going. The obstacles are inevitable. Where you get a choice is what you do when you face those obstacles. You step out of your comfort zone, you change your routine, you face an obstacle. Self-confidence allows you to move past that obstacle. If you lack the self-confidence and you face the obstacle, you turn around and crawl right back into the routine and comfort zone that you came from. Holy crap. That just changed everything, didn't it? Yeah, guys, this is hugely true. This is important. This is like practical psychology 101 and understanding ourselves. So this quality of self-confidence is absolutely necessary to move forward and to be successful. If someone lacks this, it's going to show up as insecure objections. Like the business itself might be worth doing for other people, but they themselves couldn't do it. So you're going to face objections that come along like, I'm too shy, I'm too busy, I don't know enough people, I'm not tech savvy, I'm not really a salesperson. Notice all of these objections have nothing to do with our business and everything to do with themselves. Okay. See, there are only two objections. People only object to the business or they don't think they can do it. So when we understand that, it's going to empower us to move forward. So I need to introduce you to a friend of mine. This friend of mine, her name is Trifecta Tori. Now, Trifecta Tori, she's got all of these, right? She is the whole package. She's got an exciting goal. She's got belief in the business. She's got self-confidence. This is Trifecta Tori. We all love ourselves. Trifecta Tori. As a prospect, she is the unicorn. She is the needle in the haystack. But because of that, she's not on the market for long. When you're talking about a person that has a goal in mind, that already believes in our business and is super self-confident, they don't wait around for people to invite them to learn more. They are proactively seeking to join. And that way they're not on the market for long. You're very rarely, if ever, going to find a Trifecta Tori just walking around the streets waiting for you to talk to her. You're not. She's straight up the unicorn, which brings me to the point that Kayla was making that I love. Is actually, I'm not there yet, but okay. So Trifecta Tori, that was as a prospect, as a business partner, she's going to be top of the company or she's going to be clearly headed there. She does not need motivating and she lifts up those around her. So we talk Trifecta Tori as a prospect. This is what she is as a business partner. But this is the point that Kayla made that I loved. Trifecta Tori is not found. Just walking around, hanging out, nothing better to do. Like stumbled into her at a Starbucks line, chatted her up and boom. No, Trifecta Tori is developed. She's developed from the inside out. See, when you talk about these three components that make up a network marketing rock star, I'm gonna introduce you to people that are at varying levels of things, but we have to understand that none of these personalities are static. They are all fluid. So just because you're someone now doesn't mean you're not going to have the potential and ability to raise and become someone else or to fall to be someone else. So these are all very, very fluid, and any one of us can become any of these at any given time. So recognizing that this Trifecta Tori that we all want, that's fantastic, but she's not just out there walking around. In reality, most of the people on our team and most of the people that we will be prospecting are going to be missing one of those key elements. So let me introduce you to some of Tori's friends that are missing a couple of these or one or more of these. Content Colleen, she doesn't have an exciting goal. She kind of has everything she wants in life. She is perfectly content where she's at. Now, she happens to believe in the business. And she happens to be super self-confident. So she believes in the business. She's self-confident. She has everything she wants in life. How does that play out? As a prospect, Content Colleen, you're going to think she is your dream team because she's successful in her life. She's super confident. She even talks highly of your business and likes it. You're going to be like, man, this chick is awesome. I've got to get her on my team. But remember, she's not trifecta Tory. She's not. There's no big overarching goal that she wants. So what happens? As a business partner, Content Colleen might come in and start fast, but the minute it requires sacrifice, she's going to fade. Because why would she sacrifice for something she doesn't want? It's not going to be worth getting uncomfortable because there's no goal to get uncomfortable for. Or the flip side, she never really finds the time at all because there's not going to be any return on the investment because there's nothing she wants. So we think she's this dream team. She comes in, she's going to be awesome. And then wait, hold on, time out. Why isn't she working? Well, I'll tell you, she doesn't have this exciting goal in mind. She doesn't. Okay. The next person you're going to come across is Skeptical Sam. Skeptical Sam, he's got an exciting goal in mind. He's super self-confident, but he doesn't believe in the business. Now, as a prospect, he looks like this. He looks driven, ambitious, wants stuff. He's super successful, but your business is not for him. So he's going to use a lot of those objections that center on doubting the business, things like pyramid scheme. As a business partner, Sam is not going to invest the time doing the work. He's going to constantly want to reinvent the wheel and be super uncoachable, always thinking he knows better. Remember, he's confident. He's already successful in his life. He's one of those guys that comes in, I've got a sales background. I've got this. I don't need help. I don't need you. Eventually, he's going to stop when he realizes, you know what? No, this business hinges on support and coachability, which he's not going to be. And so eventually, he's going to stop altogether. Probably the most common person I come across is Insecure Izzy. Insecure Izzy has an exciting goal. She believes in the business. She just lacks self-confidence. So how does that play out as a prospect? As a prospect, if you're talking to Izzy, she wants the business badly. She's not in her life in really any area a particularly high achiever, and she sort of needs to be talked into the business. Always doubting herself. I couldn't do that. I can't do what you do. And you pump her up and talk her into it and talk her into it. And then finally she gets to, all right, she's a business partner. And as a business partner, she's constantly anxious. She's worried about what other people are going to think. She needs consistent affirmation. She wants the business to work, but never gets out of her own way to actually do the work. Okay. Now, these three I've got lined up here, these are the people that we most often have on our team and that we're most often prospecting. These are the people that we are interacting with the most within this business. Remember, Trifecta Tori, she's a small percentage of even people who have joined the business, and she's very rarely on the market as a prospect. You are looking right here at your team, most likely. But remember, every one of these categories are not static. You are not locked into, I'm an Insecure Izzy, that's who I am, and it can't change. No, it can. It can change. All of these things are fluid and they move. Our belief in the business is something that can grow or shrink. Our confidence in ourselves is something that can grow and shrink. Exciting goals we can hit that require us to have another or come up with another. All of these are variables, so we can start at one person, we can become someone else, all through our experience and how we process all of that. These are not static. But I will tell you, while these are the people that you're dealing with a lot, these are not the only ones out there. These are the most promising and the closest to Trifecta Tori because they're only missing one key element. You likely have some people on your team or have talked to some prospects that are missing more than just one key element. Now, the job remains the same, but we have to understand that our job as leaders to raise people up and our job as prospectors to bring people into business, our job is just much harder if they're lacking more than one thing. So Let's talk about the people that are easiest. We're going to talk about these three, and then we're going to go on to what it's going to look like if they're lacking more than one. As a prospect, if we're dealing with Colleen, what we need to do is consistently be dripping on her and following up, because circumstances change. Yeah, sure. 3 months ago, you talked to her and she was pretty content. There was nothing she wanted in life, but that can change. All of a sudden, circumstances change. She's got an exciting goal. Now she's fantastic because she already believes in the business. She's already self-confident. But if you haven't been following up with her and she's ready to move on something, if you're not front of mind, she's going to someone else. So you need to be following up on Colleen because her circumstances change. As a business partner, what you want to do with someone like this is you want to celebrate any success they have in the hope that the business itself is going to become an exciting goal for them. Like maybe in their life, they're perfectly content. Maybe their husband is super successful. They kind of have everything they want. She can't think of anything that she wants, but maybe the business itself can become a goal. Maybe, all right, your kids are taken care of, but level 5 might be fun. Achieving that cruise might be fun. Walking that stage might be fun. So we're going to celebrate any success we can in hopes that she simply has fun and the business itself can become an exciting goal for her. Okay? If we go to Sam as a prospect, the way that we want to handle skeptical Sam is we want to share the validity of the business with him. And that's going to come by sharing third-party resources. And I've heard some coaches say that third-party resources are anything but you. I disagree with that. I think that a third-party resource is anything from outside of your company, or in our case, it's anything outside of Rodan and Fields. That's a third-party resource. If I'm skeptical Sam and I'm not sure about the business, and you send me a YouTube video of someone that is in the business, to me, I need to hear it from someone that doesn't have a vested interest in talking good about the business. I need to hear it from someone altogether removed from the business that's going to lend and add credibility. That could show up like a Forbes article or a CNBC article or the Today Show clip, something altogether outside the business that is lending credibility. That's how you want to handle Sam as a prospect. You also want to introduce him to otherwise high-achieving people that have done well in the business. Not necessarily just successful people from in the business, but people who were, by his own measure, successful outside the business. He's going to be the one that's going to say, oh, okay, they were doctors, they were lawyers, they were MBA grads, like they were earning 6 figures and they went and did this. Okay, there might be something to this, right? He doesn't want to know that, someone who is underachieving here hit this. Like he doesn't care what the business can do. He cares about the credibility and validity of the business. That's how you're talking to him as a prospect. As a business partner, if he's already on your team, and remember, all of these are fluid. So he might not have started this way, but maybe a year and a half of plateau in the business, he started to feel like maybe it's not going to pay off. His belief in the business has started to decline. So now he's looking for other avenues to spend his creative energy. As a business partner, you want to constantly show him what other successful people are doing. Be like, dude, there is return on your investment in this business. Look at the return these people are getting. There's return on your investment. Keep going. This is gonna pay off for you. You want to constantly reinforce the potential of the business to someone that lacks belief in the business. Okay? Insecure Izzy as a prospect, what you want to do is you want to share stories of people that are in similar situations as her that have done well. You want to reinforce that there's not just one personality type or one demographic that achieves success. See, when she, being insecure, looks at successful people, she does not see what they have in common. They might have 99 things in common and one thing that's not in common, and all she's going to see is the one. We need to be constantly reinforcing and reiterating to her that success comes in all shapes and sizes and varying degrees. Like, you can do this. As a business partner, if she's already on your team, you want to set activity-based goals with her and celebrate those, not the results-based goals. She doesn't believe results are in the cards for her, that she can do it. You want to focus on the activity. She is always in her way about doing the activity. She overthinks every bit of activity. So you want to set activity-based goals for her and celebrate the achievement, the being in action, the doing the stuff, regardless of what the results look like. You're going to find a power partner for her that can help hold her accountable. And then you're going to recommend personal development books because she needs to grow and recognize her value, her ability. She needs to learn those things. They're always there. She has huge value. She has incredible ability. She just doesn't realize that there's a disconnect from her psychological understanding of self and the true self that actually exists. We need to help her connect those things so she simply becomes aware of the freaking awesomeness that is already her, that she's just unaware of. Okay? Books can be awesome to do that. All right, moving on to the people that are lacking more than one element. This is underachieving Uma. She has a super exciting goal in mind, but she lacks both belief in the business and belief in herself. As a prospect, she wants stuff. She has stuff she wants in life, but she's going to have every objection. She can't do it. Your business doesn't work. If you happen to recruit her, or if someone on your team fell to her level, they're going to be negative. They're going to be super high maintenance. It's going to be just a long challenge to build if you're having to build both belief in the business and belief in themselves. Supportive Sally, she doesn't have an exciting goal. She's pretty content in her life. She lacks self-confidence, so she doesn't think the business is for her, but she definitely believes in the business. So supportive Sally is a prospect. She's clear that she couldn't do the business, but she loves it for you, which is going to make her fantastic for referrals, right? She doesn't want to do it, but she sees what it's doing for you. She loves you. She's super supportive of you. She's going to be a great one to ask for referrals. If you happen to get her on your team, or if you have someone that kind of falls to that point, she's not going to really do the work, but she might be an awesome team cheerleader. She might be awesomely there, cheering people on, celebrating people. Remember, she's super supportive. She loves the business. She just doesn't really want anything, and she doesn't believe that she can do it. Judgy James, he doesn't have an exciting goal because he has everything he wants in the world. He doesn't believe in your business, and he's super self-confident, which makes him that guy we all hate because he's probably cocky as crap, right? As a prospect, he's going to mock you. There is nothing he wants that he doesn't have, and even if there was, he wouldn't use your business as a way to go get it. If you happen to recruit him, which is unlikely, and sometimes people will fall to his level, he's going to likely talk about how good he could be, but he's never going to do anything to prove it, right? Welfare Wally here, he does not have an exciting goal. He doesn't believe in the business, and he doesn't have any self-confidence. So as a prospect, he could literally not be more disinterested. Like, you're never even going to get him in a conversation, and you don't have to worry about recruiting him because you won't. And if he's already on your team, he's probably quitting today. Like, he is not in your business. He is not coming into your business. Like, he just ain't there. Going back to Tori, trifecta Tori, here are the key points to walk away with, guys. She is rarely found. She is developed. What we do in our business, recognizing that, is that we want to be prospecting and sponsoring anyone. We just want to be cognizant and aware of where they need to be developed. What I often do is I often look for people who at least have an exciting goal, since that's the one I have zero control over. I can help people build belief in the business. I can help people build belief in themselves. I can't help them want something. Like, that's on them. So often I look for people that want something, and then I help build the belief that this business is both worth doing and that they can do it. Building belief both in yourself and in this business, is a constant discipline. Remembering, guys, that all of these qualities are completely fluid and not static. Who you are today is not who you are going to be tomorrow. You can change both for increasing belief or for decreasing belief. I will tell you that I watched a lot of people go from trifecta Tory to skeptical Sam as they stopped believing that the business was going to pay off. I've watched a lot of people go from trifecta Tory to insecure Izzy because they put themselves out there, they got rejected one too many times, and now they question if they have what it takes. Right? These are all fluid things. So it's important to say, this is who I am today. We need to recognize it to be aware of that, but we also need to recognize and be aware of the fact that it is not who you need to be tomorrow. Belief is a muscle. Belief is something that has to be exercised. It has to be nurtured. It has to be fed. It has to be built, and it can be built. Both belief that this business is worth doing and belief that you can do it are things that can be built. These are all fluid. So what I'm hoping this is helping you do is helping you flag yourself, but also flag your team and flag the people that are in your funnel and on your prospecting list. This is not about finding the right person. It's about finding people, loving people, and then building them, building their self-confidence, helping them become aware of the fact that they are genuinely awesome and freaking able to do awesome things, and that this business is worth doing and that it is changing lives. But you can't do any of that if you're not developing yourself. You know, often we say that this business is a personal development plan with a paycheck. There's a lot of truth to that, because if you're going to be successful, you need to have self-confidence, because we talked about stepping outside of that comfort zone. You need to have that self-confidence. You are not going to build that if you are not pouring into yourself, recognizing your abilities, reading books, surrounding yourself with people that believe in you. You got to build that, because the way you lead your team, the way you direct prospects into your business, it comes from an outflow of what's in you. If what is in you is disbelief and skepticism, you're not going to lead a team to awesomeness, and you're not going to bring people into your business. Your prospecting and your leading comes from an overflow of what's in you. So you better be putting awesomeness in you so that awesomeness is there to come out of you, right? Does that make sense? Ultimately, there are only three things that we do in this business. Three, and that is it. One, we stay consistent to work our own business. We only have our business. We don't have anyone else's business. So don't turn around and try to work your team's business for them. Work your business. Two, you want to cast a vision for what this can be if and when they choose to truly give it their all. And then lastly, you gotta love your journey. I love your journey. You only have your journey. You don't have anyone else's journey. If you don't love it, you're not going to get anyone else to love it. If you go into the prospecting field and you do not love where you're at, you don't love you and you don't love your business, you're going to have a tough time getting them to link arms with you and your business. You've got to love your journey. That's your life journey and your business journey. You got to love you and love your business, because from that outflow is going to be what attracts people to want to partner with you and partner with your business. Are you understanding how important this stuff is? I hope this is connecting. Because it's huge, guys. It's huge. The potential that exists for you to become this self-actualized, awesome version of yourself is right there. Guys, I'm new to Instagram, but I'm having a ton of fun with it. If you want to follow me over there, I am at Meet Jim Larsen. Just do me a favor and spell my last name right. It's surprising to a lot of people to know that Larsen can actually be spelled with an E-N on the end. I know that's like mind-blowing to people. Like when they hear Larsen, it's L-A-R-S-O-N. No, guys, this is the Norwegian spelling. It's L-A-R-S-E-N. Just spell my name right. And then you can totally follow me over on Instagram. I would love that. I hope that this was helpful. I would love to read in the comments about how this changed your perspective on prospecting, on how this changed your perspective on leading a team, on how to raise people up to be awesome versions of themselves that exist right there for them to be. They just have to kind of become awakened to their own potential, to the potential of this business, to the realization that there are amazing goals on the horizon for them. I'm going to read some of these comments today. I hope if this was helpful for you, you're going to throw some hearts up there, throw some thumbs up there, share this with your teams. Let them know that you are in this with them, for them, and that you want to kind of raise up together. 2019 is a new year full of exciting things. I know our company is coming behind us to support us in an amazing year. I know your leaders are coming behind you to support you in an amazing year. I hope that you come behind you to support you in an amazing year. All right, guys, have an awesome, awesome day. Love y'all. Thanks so much for tuning in.